Everyone talks about Vader betraying Palpatine, but what if the real Sith betrayal came from Darth Maul? Today we are breaking out 5 deadly ways Maul could have overthrown Darth Sidious and taken the galaxy for himself. Coming in at number 5, the Shadow Collective Coup. It all started with rage. Maul didn't just survive being cut in half. He crawled out of the abyss and came back with a vision. Not just to get revenge, but to reshape the galaxy his way. After the Jedi left him for dead, and after Sidious discarded him like trash, Maul decided if the Sith wouldn't have him, he'd build his own empire. Maul actually did it. In the Clone Wars Season 5, he formed his own Shadow Collective, uniting the biggest crime syndicates in the galaxy. Pikes, Black Sun, the Hutts, Death Watch, and then he took Mandalore. While the Jedi were distracted by the Clone Wars, Maul put off a hostile takeover of one of the galaxy's most powerful planets. He sat on a throne, controlled the spice trade, had armies of Mandalorians bound by fear. Here's where it gets wild. Maul wasn't trying to destroy the Republic. He was trying to replace it. Just like Sidious infiltrated the Senate and corrupted it from within, Maul infiltrated the underworld and weaponized it as a shadow government. In the Son of Dathomir comic arc, which is canon by the way, Maul was already going head to head with Sidious, Dooku, and General Grievous. He had infrastructure, supply chains, the loyalty of an entire planet. All he needed was a galactic distraction. Now imagine if the siege of Mandalore had gone just a bit differently. If Ahsoka hadn't intervened, if Maul had held Mandalore through Order 66, the Republic would have fallen into chaos and a new power would have risen. Not the Empire, but the Shadow Collective, Maul's empire. From the sewers of Lothal Minor to the throne of Mandalore, Darth Maul almost beat Palpatine at his own game. And if the galaxy hadn't been looking the other way, he might have won. Coming in at number 4, Sith Trooper Reprogramming. Order 66. The Jedi never saw it coming because it wasn't just a betrayal. It was a hardwired genocide hidden inside their most trusted allies. But what if someone else learned the secret and turned that weapon against the Empire? Darth Maul wasn't just a warrior, he was a student of war, raised in the Sith arts, trained by Sidious himself. And after his exile, he became something even more dangerous, a rogue agent with access to forbidden powers. You see, during the Clone Wars, Maul noticed something in the clones. Obedience that wasn't just loyalty, but something deeper, something programmed. Let's imagine that Maul figured it out. He knew about the chips. And what's more, with the help of Mother Talzin, his Night Sister's mentor, he had access to ancient Sith magic and mind control. Now take that knowledge and imagine Maul planting his own command code, an override, buried deep in his same clone neural network as Order 66. He waits until the galaxy is at its weakest, and then he triggers it. Stormtroopers turn on their new empire. Clone commanders like Rex, Wolf, and Gregor resisted Order 66. Fives almost exposed the entire conspiracy. That means the chip wasn't invincible. With the right knowledge and the right magic, Maul could have hijacked the clone army from the inside out. And just like that, Sidious's ultimate plan becomes his ultimate downfall. The weapon he created, the clones, becomes Maul's vengeance made flesh, the Sith Destroyer. Coming in at number 3, betray Sidious with Vader. Now this one's interesting because we never got to see Darth Maul and Anakin or Darth Maul and Vader. What if the most dangerous alliance in the galaxy was forged not out of friendship but out of mutual hatred? Darth Maul, the discarded apprentice. Darth Vader, the replacement turned enforcer. Two broken weapons sharpened by the same master. Two shadows of the same betrayal. Now imagine this. They meet not as enemies but as kindred spirits. Maul goes to pitch Vader. Maul approaches Vader with a simple message. I know what he took from you. Let's take it back. Maul's still obsessed with revenge. After Rebels, he learned of Sidious's plan to discard even Vader in favor of someone younger and stronger. And Vader, he's trapped in a prison of his own making, his body and his soul. But the idea of finally killing the Emperor, it's always been there, waiting. Together, Maul and Vader would form a new rule of two, not in secrecy, but as a coup. Sidious is distracted, focused on the construction of the second Death Star. Meanwhile, the two fallen apprentices prepare a strike. Maul and Vader's attack. The Sith Citadel. Sidious sits alone, meditating, certain of his control over the galaxy. But outside, in the skies, two ships descend. Maul strikes first, red sabers blazing, cutting through the Emperor's royal guard like paper. Vader follows, silent, unstoppable, for once, not his master's blade, but his own. Sidious, knowing this day would come, says, I knew your hatred would turn you against me, Lord Vader, but Darth Maul is very unexpected. Try if you must. In canon, Maul and Vader never met, but they were aware of each other. In Rebels, Maul is obsessed with revenge. Vader, he openly expresses his own intent to destroy Sidious, as early as the Empire Strikes Back. As Vader says to Luke, "Together we can rule the galaxy." It wasn't just a line to Luke, it was a glimpse into Vader's deepest desire. In Maul, he knew the pain of betrayal. He lived it. These two didn't need to like each other. They just needed to want the same thing at the same time. It would be brutal, it would be short, but in the end, Sidious, the puppet master of the entire galaxy, would fall, not by the Jedi hands, but by his own creation. Because when you betray everyone you touch, eventually they stop fighting each other and turn on you. Coming in at number 2, the ancient Sith resurrection ritual. Darth Maul was more than just a weapon. He was a son of Dathomir, trained by the Sith and forged in the fires of dark magic. And if he couldn't beat Sidious with armies, then he'd do it with the dead, the setup, a desperate gambit. After the fall of Mandalore, Maul retreats, not to regroup, but to dig deeper into the oldest, most forbidden Sith lore on the ashes of Dathomir. Maul stands alone, surrounded by the bones of witches and warriors. But he's not here to mourn, he's here to summon. Maul combines Night Sister sorcery with ancient Sith alchemy, from holocrons, scrolls, and memories whispered in the Force. He speaks the names of the long dead, Darth Nihilus, Darth Bane, and Darth Revan. And then the air changes, the shadows begin to scream. From the cracks of the world, they rise, not ghosts, not illusions. These are Sith spirits, hungry, powerful, and fierce. He offers them a deal. Give me your strength, and I will give you the one who stole your legacy, Darth Sidious. Together, Maul and his unholy council launch a ritual attack on Sidious from across the galaxy. A spiritual invasion. Sith soul versus Sith soul. Maul's attack on Sidious. Sidious, meditating in his throne room, suddenly screams. He clutches his chest as the room darkens unnaturally. Not a lightsaber strike, but a soul strike. Maul channeling the spirits becomes the focal point of their rage, a vessel of ancient Sith power. Sidious fights back, of course, but he's alone, unaware. And this is what he taught Maul to do. Betray, surprise, overpower. The spirits wrap around Sidious like a red storm. They begin to drain his life energy. His scream is the sound of 1,000 lies unraveling at once. This isn't just dark fantasy, it's Star Wars lore. Night Sister magic could summon spirits and manifest physical forms, just like Mother Talzin did in the Clone Wars. Sith spirits are deeply rooted in both legends and canon. This is a believable dark path for Maul, because unlike the Jedi, he's not afraid to use the past to corrupt the future. Maul doesn't just want to kill Sidious, he wants to erase him, not with a blade, but with every Sith that came before. This wouldn't be just revenge, it would be judgment. Coming in at number 1, rule through fear. The Crimson Empire. Palpatine ruled from the shadows. Vader ruled through fear, but Maul, he would do both and more. In a galaxy spiraling into chaos, Maul had one final card to play, not as a Sith, not as a Jedi, but as a warlord emperor. The rise of the Crimson Dawn. After the fall of Mandalore and the betrayal by Sidious, Maul didn't vanish. He went underground, but not to hide. He was building something far darker, Crimson Dawn. Not just a crime syndicate, a proto-empire. While Sidious took over the Senate, Darth Maul took the streets, the shadows, the black markets, and the slums. He became the king of every world the Empire couldn't reach, or choose to ignore. He wasn't pretending to be a savior. He wasn't whispering in politicians' ear. He ruled with brutality, control, and an undeniable presence. Darth Maul's strategy, fear over faith. Palpatine cloaked himself in lies. Maul didn't need to. Where Sidious needed masks and pawns, Maul had soldiers and real Beskar fleets of mercenaries and criminal barons who feared his every glance. He turned Crimson Dawn into the face of fear, a galaxy-wide operation controlling spice, slaves, weapons, and even information. Every black market deal touched by Darth Maul, every whisper in the underworld ended in silence or blood. And as the Empire grew bloated and distracted by rebels, Maul's empire stayed lean, ruthless, and loyal, because this loyalty was met with public execution. Darth Maul's empire versus Sidious's empire. Where the Sith code once demanded patience and secrecy, Maul shattered it like glass. He wasn't hiding in palaces or Senate chambers. He was walking through fire with his blade lit. And the scariest part, he didn't need a Death Star. He didn't need to force choke the generals from a distance. Just his name, Maul, was enough. He ruled not through prophecy or legend, but through pure domination. In Solo, a Star Wars story, we see Maul already leading Crimson Dawn in the shadows, orchestrating crime crime, betrayal, and death. In the Clone Wars and Rebels, we see Maul manipulating Mandalore and Underworlds alike, playing them all like pieces on a board. And in the comics like Son of Dathomir, Maul repeatedly proves his strategic brilliance, even outmaneuvering both Dooku and Sidious at points. Crimson Dawn was just the beginning. All he needed was one Imperial collapse, one distracted Empire, one opening, and he could have taken it all. Maul didn't want peace. He didn't want order. Maul wanted to rule the galaxy, not from a throne, but from the ashes of every empire that wronged him. Not as a Sith, not as a Jedi, but as something far worse, a self-made god of fear. Let me know if you guys like this video, if you guys like this top 5 list, if you guys like this what if / theory that I brought to you guys. Drop a like, man. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody who consistently comes back to the videos, who loves the videos, who likes the videos, who shares and all that, man. And let me know if y'all want more videos like this. Just comment down below. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. We gone.